Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I'm in Blackpool, which has suddenly once again come bottom of the list of seaside resorts in the UK. I don't know why, I absolutely love Blackpool and I've picked an absolutely gorgeous day to go and check out the resort and to walk the Golden Mile and see why you should come to Blackpool. So there's a few places that you should see before you die, like Niagara Falls, Las Vegas, the world's biggest ball of string, the Grand Canyon, and also the world's largest dancehall mirror ball. So this is the biggest dancehall mirror ball in the world. It has over 47,000 glass tiles and it weighs around 4.5 tons. It's been recently revamped and was designed by Michael Trainer back in 2002. Now there used to be lights either side so it would shine up at night, but I don't know whether they're putting them back or not, but they have brought it back to its former glory and it does look epic. Look at that. See it all on the floor, just moving in the sunlight. Doesn't that look beautiful? So there's quite a few hotels down here. After the pleasure beach, there's no real attractions. There's a lot of hotels. And obviously this is a nice walk on a sunny day. So just down from the mirror ball, you've got all these little arty bits along the seafront here on South Shore. And also, it's not working anymore, and I think it was removed, a sea organ, which was pretty unique. It's a shame they got rid of that. This area of Blackpool seems to be getting a little bit of a revamp. The Hamilton, which is a fairly newish hotel, I've stayed in there, it's quite nice. I think there's another hotel being built just there, but I don't know what the future holds of that old classic hotel there. So you can get up the seafront two ways really. You can go by tram, you can get a 24-hour ticket which will cost you around about £6, or you can actually get the bus. I think you can actually use the ticket on both the bus and the tram. So it's a long walk from here right up to the other end of North Pier. I don't think these get lit up at night, it's a bit of a shame. They're starting to age a little bit now, aren't they? But I love the symmetry of the lights, how they fold in to the boardwalk. The big one just there, so you can see this as you drive into Blackpool, looks amazing at night as well. From this side, it doesn't really give you a definition of how tall this roller coaster is. It used to be the tallest roller coaster in Europe, and in September, I'm actually going to be walking that, and I'll show you how high that actually is. So I've never actually been in here, but I've heard some really good reviews about the horror crypt. It's now currently closed for good, which is a little bit of a shame. Let us know in the comments if you ever went in there, what you thought of it. Because this obviously is not working anymore, but as you go to look, the sensor makes that jump up. So just at the side of the pleasure beach, you've got Ripley's, believe it or not. There's very few of these left in the UK actually. There's still one in London and there's one here in Blackpool. And if you're trying to get pregnant, there's a fertility statue in here, which people have come from all around the world to touch and check out. There she is, just there. It's just so funny when you actually read the sign there. Caution, unless you wish to start a family, do not touch. Now, apparently you're supposed to touch the head and the boobies. So yeah, if you're trying to get pregnant, maybe give it a go. Me and Gabby were trying to get pregnant for a good few years. And we went in there and must have touched it, rubbed it about 6, 7, 8 times. Also, if you didn't know, Blackpool has its famous illuminations that is back this year. This looks so good at night with all the lights lit up. And no visit to Blackpool is complete without heading into Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I've put a link in the description if you want to see what this place looks like when no one else is around. Check out the link in the description as I get an exclusive look around the resort. Bearing in mind it's August, I'm surprised these aren't actually open. So when I was a kid, I used to watch a TV show that was filmed in here. This is one of the largest indoor water parks in the UK. And it is great because, as you know, the weather here normally is rubbish. So this is a perfect place to come throughout the year. It is really good in there. Definitely recommend it. The Sandcastle Water Park. and you can actually see people going. It's one thing about these trams, they are so quiet when you're walking across the tram tracks. You never know if a tram is coming unless they honk the horn, obviously. Toilet bowl, always a popular one at a water park. Now I need to show you one of my favourite Wetherspoons in the UK. The theming is very Blackpool. It's called the Velvet Coaster. Let's go and check it out. This is also the place I come for breakfast. What's great is in the winter as well, you've got these fire pits where you can sit around as well. So cool. I love the fact that Wetherspoons do all the local history as well. You can actually see the Blackpool Tower being built. Look at that. This is the place to be on a nice day like this, on the terrace. Look at the view you get. So Blackpool has 3 piers, South Pier, Central Pier and North Pier. And I guess they get less intense as they go on. South Pier, you've got all the big rides on here and also a great bar. Central Pier as well also has a great bar, the famous big wheel. And then you've got North Pier, which is a little bit more old-fashioned. You can see the video of all 3 piers on my channel right now, and you can check it out, the link is in the description. And on a nice day like this, there's no better place to be than the beach. Super busy. So I remember coming to Blackpool as a kid, and the sea defences used to look a lot different back then. They were ugly, they were horrible, but these look a lot smarter, and it's actually quite nice because the steps act like a seat for most people to come down here and have a picnic. The seagulls also like to sit around here too. They just crowd around people that have got food. Excuse me. This time of year you'll see the heritage trams running up and down the seafront. Look at that. Back from the 60s and 70s. You never see these anymore at the British seaside. It's nice to see them on Blackpool seafront. Stop and get me ices or an ice cream. £1.50, that's pretty good. And cold drinks as well. Is it the cheapest on the prom? Is it? This part of the seafront is a little bit, to me, like a no man's land. So you've got the Pleasure Beach up there, you've got South Pier, and now you've got, well, apart from McDonald's, a few fish and chip shops, there's nothing really on this area. You've got to kind of wait until you get to Central Pier before you get to the tower, where there's more things to see and do. But there is a nice grassy area to have a picnic, and to be honest, considering how dry it's been, it's quite green. Why do you need to go abroad when you've got this on your doorstep? So it's only right I dip my toe in. But I just want to quickly warn you about the jellyfish they have here in Blackpool, especially in the summer. I don't know if you can see them all. And these are really big old jellyfish. And there are literally hundreds of them on the beach. Not sure whether any of these sting or not, so I would just be careful. Look how many there are. Literally, they're dotted around everywhere. Oh my god, that one is huge. I want to touch it. You can see why they get their name. So when the tide is out, you can just see how big the beach is here in Blackpool. I guess there's one good thing about Blackpool Beach is it doesn't drop off, so it does stay pretty shallow if you do want to venture out into the sea, which is what I'm going to do now. Dip my toe in. Right, flip-flops are off. Nice. Colour of it isn't very nice. Obviously the reason why the water a lot of the time is this colour is not overly because it's dirty, it is because of all the silt and the sand. So I do love having a good old walk underneath the pier, because each pier is different, and in fact each 3 piers in Blackpool are completely different underneath them, so definitely worth exploring and checking them out. So that's a brand new big wheel for this year. I'm just going to walk underneath Central Pier because I do love having a walk under here. It's almost like the perfect picture frame with the Blackpool Tower in the distance. I mean, again, you can watch my other videos of the piers to see more of this, but it is just so great walking under here. Look at this. Look at that for framing, with Blackpool Tower in the distance. The only thing I'd say about walking underneath the pier is watch out for water gushing down that looks, well, that doesn't look very clean. If you've been to Southport, that'll look very familiar to you. They do have some great entertainment though on the pier, so it's worth checking out. Each pier is different, it's got all different entertainment. This one's actually great for kids and cabaret.
Step inside Happy Days and join us at CJ's Cafe Bistro, where you can still get a slush for only 70 pence.
But look at that, they still have these little troughs for the horses to go and have a drink on a hot day. I don't know if you've ever been in here, but Madame Tussauds Blackpool, if you've been into Madame Tussauds London and then you come into here, it's not going to be the same. Yes, they do have the special Coronation Street area and also a rather famous dancing show, but I was rather disappointed when I went in here compared to the one in London. As you know, I've been coming to Blackpool for a long time and everybody says you must go and see Chris at the £1 burger, so I've decided to stop by. He's absolutely really busy. He doesn't stop, so I'm going to go and say hello. Behind the seafront, a real busy road as well, so I'm going to try and get across and have a word. Chris, how you doing?
I don't believe it. It's Walk With Me, Tim. Unbelievable. I've been waiting for you. I've had so many YouTubers come round here, hundreds of them, but I wanted you because you're the most famous, apparently.
I bet you say that to everyone.
I do. I say that to all the YouTubers out there. How are you?
I'm good.
Don't forget, YouTube, if you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. So how are you?
I'm all right. Now, I know, Chris, you are super busy today, so I appreciate this brief chat, but you are the famous man with the £1 burger.
Well, I've seen on TV, I've seen on YouTube, and I've seen on TikTok. I've been TikTok. What's TikTok all about? I don't even understand.
I don't know,
TikTok.
I'm not on TikTok really.
So if you want a famous £1 burger, as seen on TV, and now as seen Walk With Tim.
Yeah, and look at that, the famous £1 burger, happy customer.
And the hot dog.
Oh, and the spam
Tell you
burgers.
what, let's serve. Watch me serving a customer.
Go on
okay?
then.
What can I get you?
Can I have 2 hot dogs, please?
2 hot dogs and your
tomato sauce, please.
A hot dog.
Onions with tomato sauce, please.
Onions with ketchup.
Look at that, he's doing his thing.
2 of
Do
them.
what I do.
2.
As I say, Chris, you've got no air conditioning behind there, you must be sweating.
Oh, you get used to it, to be fair.
won't be
Be
over
looking
the hot
like this,
bag.
I'm hot anyway, so you just can't help yourself, can you?
Nice to know you got the cap on there to keep the sun off you.
Problem is when I see a cameraman coming on, we put the cap on to stop the glare off it.
Oh, right, good idea.
Yeah.
All the spam is there, ready to go. There you go, look at that.
There you go.
That is a
Thank
nice
you very
hot
much.
dog. Did you go for a hot dog as well?
We did, yeah.
More YouTube fans.
So which channel you been watching me on?
See,
the old legal, you mean you talk about
the thing is,
Beyond
this
the
man
Edge.
here has so many different YouTube channels that he's been on. How many do you reckon you've been on?
Oh, hundreds of them. But it doesn't matter. You are here now. The creme de la creme, the top. I've made it now. Forget the rest
I
of
won't
them.
go that
yeah.
far.
I've made it now. Walk With Tim. People kept saying to me, when's Walk With Tim going to come to you? I thought, I don't know. I had no idea.
You said, I don't know who he is.
Yeah. But all the way from London to
Wow,
come see
look
me,
at that, all the way from London. Is it cooler here?
Yeah, cooler here, much cooler.
Much cooler. Now, Chris is so famous that he has his own letterbox. Chris, you get a lot of fan mail, am I right?
We do. Here it is. I'm Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Rick is our YouTuber, and that's the word. And Pete. Pete owns Happy Days across the road.
Pete, happy day. Do you know what? I was walking past there and I'm sure I heard Pete on the
tannoy.
on the tannoy. He was saying juice drinks 70p.
Yeah, absolutely. We're the cheapest in Blackpool.
Amazing, especially when everyone's struggling at the moment.
And
That's great.
we get that many letters, yeah. We've now about to get the bag. And here's Rick. Rick just turned up. Oh, there he just disappeared then.
It's been a pleasure
Absolutely,
meeting
it's a pleasure
you.
to actually finally meet the man himself. Walk With Tim. I'm honoured. I'm not worthy. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell that goes ding, 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 ding.
So other than the £1 burger, Chris also has the biggest one-armed bandit in Blackpool. You should go and check out. And also, just behind the seafront is the famous Bonnie Street Market. I remember being dragged around here as a kid. Loads of little great stalls, and actually a little bit of history you're seeing right now, because this is the last time you'll probably see such a great little market though. There's pretty much everything you could ever want in a market in here. And it's a little bit sad that all this will be gone. Especially this iconic building, the Bonnie Street Burger Bar. Nice. It's like a maze of market stalls, loads of little alleyways, and of course, if you are visiting this year, it'll be the last time. So no doubt you've probably got your favourite arcade here in Blackpool, but by far the biggest and my favourite is Coral Island. Love the theming though, look at that. So the famous illuminations here in Blackpool, you can see them putting up some new illuminations I think this year. I think these are new, but they don't take them all down, but the majority of them they actually do take down every year and then put back up again. So other than the tower here in Blackpool, another big attraction, and of course you see it on loads of the postcards and videos and photos, is the big wheel. It's a brand new wheel for this year, so let's go and ride it. It does also look pretty good at night as well when it's lit up. So this actually spins, which is crazy, as well as moves left and right. And because I'm the only one on here, it's literally all on this side. The views from up here are totally amazing. It's worth coming up here. This cost me around about £4 something, coming up to the top. The fact that this actually can spin like this, it actually makes it more fun than the average normal big wheel. It can make you quite dizzy though. So if I try and stop this moving, you can see the pleasure beach in the distance, and you can just see over to South Pier, the big one. Okay, so that was really good fun. Normally big wheels are nice and relaxing, but you can also turn it into a little bit of a ride as well. So you don't have to travel too far when you come off the beach. Look at that, you can cool yourself down with a snow cone. You may have seen these before. When it's very windy in Blackpool, sometimes you can see these hanging right over. They look like seeds. I think they are seeds, or supposed to look like seeds blowing in the wind. At any time of day or night, time of year, the Blackpool Tower always looks so good, but when the sky is blue, it looks incredible. Now I was going to go on that today, but there is some very long queues, so I thought I'd give it a miss, but I will be returning to do a whole tour of Blackpool Tower very soon. There was a music festival actually along here in the last few days, and I was like gutted because I couldn't show you the comedy carpet. Literally, they took it all down really quickly, so I can quickly show you the comedy carpet. I love how all these lights are even leaning in like they're getting blown in from the sea. In the shadow of Blackpool Tower, you've got the comedy carpet. Now obviously from above this looks so much better, you can get a better idea of it, but just walking over it, famous comedians, quotes and jokes. You could probably spend a good hour or so just reading it all. Every time I walk over it, I always notice something different. I never noticed there was something here about Alan Partridge, knowing me, knowing you. Aha! So if you are absolutely in love with Blackpool, did you know that you can actually get married on the seafront? Just like the couple behind me have got married in the wedding chapel. It's a pretty good location as well. And also running on the seafront during the summer, a little bit of Blackpool history with the old heritage trams. And if you check out the video on my channel, I do a whole tour around the depot where all these are held and go into some of these amazing trams. Like I say, the link will be in the description, but do check it out on the channel. God, I bet you that is so hot in there. Won't be any air conditioning. There we go, there's another old heritage tram. So just coming off the seafront just for a moment, I wanted to show you this because this is a pretty special street in Blackpool. This is Burley Street, and at night this looks incredible. There's little LED lights, the nodding donkeys, and it almost looks like a street party. It's quite an interesting structure. You don't see this very often on streets in the UK. And my favourite of all three piers in Blackpool is definitely North Pier. No big fun fairs, just a lovely bar at the end and also a theatre to go and see a good old Seaside show. So if you want to see a more in-depth video of the piers, link is in the description, you can go and check it out. So the northern end of Blackpool, apart from the hotels, a lot of people don't really come up here, but it is worth a visit. I'll show you why. There's some interesting things to see, and also a hotel that I would love to go and visit, but it's currently shut. I don't know how long it's going to be shut for, but the Metropole, that has had some horrendous reviews on TripAdvisor. Used to be the old Butlins as well. These are just so pretty. Some brilliant seaside architecture up here as well that has stood the test of time, dating back, look at that, 1912. So Blackpool does actually have some really nice seafront gardens. They're up here, and I'll show you a place that used to be very popular in the 40s and 50s. No one's playing crazy golf up here. Look at the state of the hotel from this end. Looks really bad. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these all in the distance. And basically from getting up on the top of the promenade down here, you just walk down these slopes. But I mean, the architecture that goes just into a random slope is quite special. Walking down here is like stepping back in time, really, with the old street lights, the old cast iron railings, which need a little bit of a paint. They're just so odd. Walking underneath them, starting to show their age. Up here actually it kind of feels a bit more like Brighton. So this is known as the Glyn Slipway, and it looks like rocks all in front of you, but all that's artificial. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments why that was done. It does look pretty good. Looks a bit odd. Now there's not many roundabouts in the UK where you'd get a Spitfire right in the middle. This is obviously part of the illuminations. It does a little bit of a light show as well, so it's worth coming up here. And of course the illuminations I always remember as a kid, the real big ones, are all up here, so we'll have a walk down there too. So in Victorian times this was the place to go and to be seen, the Jubilee Gardens. Of course all in the shadow, some very grand hotels up here. You might recognise the Savoy. Done a video from there. Also the Cliffs, which is also a very beautiful Victorian seaside hotel that you must visit. There's even a waterfall in here. I don't think there's any fish in here though. So walking down towards the old boating lake that is now actually a go-kart track. These are very odd. Has a really strange atmosphere down here. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's really sunken in and the cliffs all up there, but yeah, it has a bit of an odd atmosphere. But the old boating pool, which is now a go-kart track. Look at this. And that building there, which is the old cabin lift, which was built back in 1930. It's a now grade 2 listed building, and the lift was built by Blackpool Council to take passengers down to the lower level of the promenade in order to save their legs. There used to be a lift attendant who would charge a small fee as well at the bottom to transport the passengers up. Still says lift just up there. It's a very grand building, and a fake balcony up there as well. Look at the old door. There's even a place to put letters. Let me have a look through there. Obviously I'm now in Bispham, but walking up to see the big old illuminations, which I always remember as a kid seeing and getting very excited about coming up this part of the illuminations. So if you remember seeing in the news, there was some controversy about one of these old lights. Some of these illuminations I think are pretty old. I'm sure back from the 60s. And the sun's depicting the seasons. As a kid, I used to be scared by the faces on them. Most of these also have been changed to LED lights now, but some of them have still got the old-fashioned lights and the light bulbs in them. I think you'll agree from the video I've shown you today that Blackpool is definitely worth a visit. But if you'd like to see the other side of Blackpool, just click the video here. Or if you want to see more about the piers, click the video here. Do give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.